Hello, and welcome to another update video about Natgas. So Natgas, at least here on the futures chart, has a nice 5-wave move to the downside. And with that, it broke below the 235 level. Not much, but that was the 50% retracement, relevant support, which is now broken. And because that level is now broken, it makes direct continuation in this C wave of wave 4 very unlikely. In yesterday's video, I said to you, if we break below 235, then the second scenario will come into play, and I will start to track that with more focus. And I mean, things can still change until we really break here and make new lows, or at least break below $2.14. You know, this can in some way move still higher. For example, what I can imagine is that this could unfold as an ending diagonal to the upside, but then it's unreliable. It's not an impulse anymore. And it would then rather, for me, make the scenario more likely that we get a direct sell-off and that this move up is unfortunately already over. I mean, I know it is frustrating, but unfortunately, the Natgas bulls are extremely weak and can't really bring any rally here to completion. So we have to go back to the scenario that we looked at in yesterday's video. Let me take out those support areas. And I think it is getting increasingly likely, and it's not confirmed yet, but with that 5-wave move down, see, I can't count the move down anymore as an ABC. I mean, anything is possible, but it's all about likelihoods, right? So the, let me think. The scenario we discussed should $2.35 break is this one, that we are already in the 5th wave. Because eventually, if you're new on this channel, we're still waiting for another low on the Natgas chart. We are long-term bullish, but we still wait for one more low. And this could unfold now. The idea was first to go higher, but the condition was to hold $2.35. Now, it's broken that, and it provides a 5-wave move to the downside. Because it's providing us a 5-wave move to the downside, after a 3-wave move to the upside, I have to be focused on the downside, right? Again, things can still change until we have breakouts, but we have to track it. So the idea would be, and that is the direct sell-off scenario, that this here was indeed a wave 1 to the downside of wave 5. This here was a wave 2 to the upside, and we might now come down in a 3. There can be a 4 and a 5, so that we get this sell-off done and get this mess done, right? So let me just do that. Pretty much like that. I think that has to be the forecast. And the move here to the upside was because we only have 3 waves, and we now even have an overlap with that top. So A wave as a leading diagonal, B wave, and C wave. So we had an ABC in a wave 2. I would have liked to see 5 waves, didn't get them. So we have only 3. So very quickly that tells us, okay, the market wasn't, or the bulls weren't strong enough to provide 5 waves here. It's only 3, but we have 5 down. That gives us a heads up that we could be, and that price action is also quite characteristic for a 3rd wave, because it's coming down quite impulsively. Now, the 3rd wave itself would be a 5-wave move. So at the moment, we should get something like that. So as best I can say at the moment about the price. And also, if we consider this as a wave 2, because I looked at that earlier today, if I draw the Fibonacci retracements, you can see it got rejected basically at the golden ratio here, the perfect target for a wave 2. And because it failed to create 5, yeah, I mean, we are looking at down. If an impulse to the upside emerges, then we will again have to flip. That's unfortunately what it is. But for now, this could be the way to go. And that means that shortly, because now we have basically 5 waves down complete already, that could be the 1st wave nearly done. If we get a pullback, that should be a lower high. So I can give you, based on the information we have now, the resistance area for the wave 2. And that would be between $2.50 and $2.61. Let me just like that. But be aware that this is now measured off the current low. If this wave 1 goes a little lower, then those targets will slightly adjust, okay? So I can encourage you to check that on your own chart. But yeah, I think this is what we have to go with, unfortunately. So there might not be that stronger wave 4 rally. I did say before that my expectation is a higher wave 4. And the reason was that if the wave 4 would sit here, it would be very weak compared to the entire chart and the move down. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. We go with what we see. We're not biased here on this channel. So we are objective, have to change our view quickly. And as market makes new information available for us, right? So obviously we can only analyze what we see and what is known. And as the market makes new information available, as it has done now, we have to create those structures based on what we see. Yeah, but that is sort of the view at the moment. And what else to say? Not much more. I think this is sort of what I would go with at the moment. Obviously, really what I need to see is the 3-wave pullback in the wave 2 to confirm, because then we have a nice 1-2 setup. So maybe tomorrow we already have that pullback. Now let's take a look at the spot chart as well, because this was futures. I think Natgas spot looked yesterday a little bit more bullish, but obviously if one fails, chances are the other one will fail as well. So here Natgas spot, but also creating a 5-wave move down now. Can you see that? I mean, it is still in the support range. So I'm not ready to change the chart yet, but I will probably do so. But I'm not going to change it yet. Still, though, likelihood is here as well that we are going to lose support. Support here is at 227. That is the previous wave 4 low and the 50% retracement. So if we lose this support level, as the futures chart did as well, then this would also most likely be a wave 1 to the downside, A, B, C in a wave 2, and we could then follow through to the downside. Something we expected anyway, but ideally I would have liked to see it after one more wave up and then down. So again, here on the spot chart, things aren't that clear yet. Here on the spot chart, we are still in support, but we see a 5-wave move down. But what I find more important is that we're still in support. So I leave the chart as it is now. Just be aware that below 227 we're losing support. Yeah, we are probably heading down then, and the low that we will take out then is $1.90. So yeah, this is the situation. Unfortunately, bulls, they don't seem to be able to handle any rally at the moment here. But obviously it's the futures chart that is negatively affected here. Spot, not yet, but I'm still concerned that we see, here a 5-wave move. And because futures seems to be taking the lead, it may very well be that also the spot chart will break below support eventually. So I will observe that for you, but those are the levels that we now need to be watching for. Obviously, the perspective I just showed you is only valid as long as yesterday's swing high, well, the Friday high actually that was, at 268 on the futures chart, and on the spot chart 262 stay intact. Yeah, if we make a new high, then the perspective, the direct sell-off perspective, is invalidated. All right, that's my update about Natgas. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.